As was stated, my name is Poindexter. I am assistant to the mayor here in Bryant. However, today I'm kind of off the clock during this time, and I'm here to talk to you on behalf of the Keep Bryant Moving Committee. And that will all pull together here in a minute, and you'll find out more about it. So, I'm not a professional presenter by any means. However, I am a voter, and I like to be an informed citizen. So the information that I'm going to present to you guys today would just be information that if this vote was coming before me, that I would want to have. So that's kind of how I'm basing this on. So we'll start it out with something kind of fun. Is there anybody in here that can tell me what was the population of Bryant in 1996? So 20 years ago, without Googling, who can tell me?
About 5,400 maybe?
A little bit more than that. That was right about that. We were at 8,444 20 years ago. Anybody want to throw out what you think? We're going to go by the metro plans. They've got an estimation for us right now, 2016. What number do you think we're at? 54. How many? 54. No. Anybody else?
Close to 20?
Actually, we're over 20. We're at 20,141. And so what you're seeing right there in those numbers is, Bryant has almost doubled in size twice in 2 decades. I mean, that's amazing. And we are right now the fastest growing city of our size in the entire state of Arkansas. There is one city that's above us. I can't remember what it is. It's a little bitty small town, so it's kind of apples and oranges. But all you have to do is just take a quick drive around the city, and you can see progress is happening in our town. So we have new subdivisions going in, new businesses, and that has been really constant over the past 20 years. And it's a great thing. It's a really wonderful thing. However, with growth that fast, it comes with its own set of challenges. And it doesn't take much. I'm pretty sure I could go around the room and everyone is going to hit on kind of the same thing. Infrastructure and traffic issues. How many of you guys love driving Reynolds Road at noon? Right. Nobody else. That street has the highest traffic count of any street other than interstate in Sullivan County. At times, there's 27,000 cars a day that cross a specific area. Just a question. I'll ask that one later. You just save that number. So, and that is actually an increase from about 30% over the past 2 years. So we're seeing a jump. It's a steady increase. There's not anything that's going away. And think about the schools that are along that area. With population growth in Bryant, well, the schools are going to grow, right? So we have additional students in the existing schools that are already there. Well, we have Bryant Middle School, Bryant Elementary School, Bryant High School, and at the end, you've got Hill Farm Elementary that are all located on that street. So lots and lots of traffic for the one north-south connector that the city has. And we also have, that of course plays into public safety, response times, all of that's a concern. Wonderful park. You guys are here, we're enjoying Bishop Park, we have Mills Park, there's several parks all throughout the city. But it doesn't take much to see that there's just a little TLC that's needed. And that's because, look how fast we're growing. So we're placing an added need and an added burden on our park. And of course, economic development is a challenge. There are some businesses that want to locate in a high traffic area, but I, for one, tend to avoid shopping in areas that I can't turn left to get out of the street on. So, it's a give and take in that area. So what do? We've got all of these challenges. What can we do? Well, sometimes when we have challenges that are moving ahead, we have to take a step back. And in this case, we're going to kind of step back to 2006. So I'm going to give a little bit of background for the rest of the story. In 2006, Bryant residents voted and passed a half-cent sales tax. And that sales tax was bonded and the money was used to build the park that you're in today. So great things. Bryant residents definitely saw a need in the city. This is a very wonderful thing. Many people, tournaments, Of course we have events here. This is a big plus for Bryant, and it brings a lot of revenue in because of, if you have a tournament here, guess where you're going to eat? Guess where you're going to go shop? So there's a lot of things that the park does for us. Here's the thing. This money, whenever it was taken out, was not expected to sunset or be paid off until 2031. Instead, this bond money is going to reach maturity in 2019. You want to know why? The growth that Bryant has had. So it's this tremendous growth that's both a huge asset to us, but it also brings the challenges. And it's brought challenges, and we're kind of at this point where we really can't ignore them anymore. We've got to come up with a solution. And that is what I'm going to talk to you today. These challenges, the same thing that we just saw on that slide, a group of community leaders, civic leaders, and also just some business owners that were in the area said, hey, this is something that we're all dealing with. We're going to have to do something. Now here is an opportunity. So they formed the Keep Bryant Moving Committee. And that, last night, let me tell you guys, I'm going to stop right here. I was a little nervous because I put this presentation together based on whether or not this was going to pass last night. If it wouldn't, I don't even know what I was going to talk about today. I had no idea. There was no big plan. It would have been something, but I'd have been way more nervous than I am right now. But Bryant City Council voted and passed unanimously last night to give the voters the opportunity to complete several improvement projects within the city without passing any additional taxes. And so what does that mean? It means that if the voters approve, the city of Bryant can reissue the bonds previously used to build Bishop Park and use these funds, and there's about $23 million, to improve street connectivity, add park improvement, as well as making facility upgrades needed by Bryant Fire Department by constructing 2 new fire stations. And all of this is going to be without any additional taxes. Isn't that a great thing?
Yay.
The best part, because of the tremendous growth in sales tax that Bryant experienced, we can complete all of these improvements, and it's only going to extend the bond sunset time 3 years past the original date. So what you guys all came and voted on, and we're okay with, like, hey, we're going to do this through 2031, we've already done that. We're almost done with that. Now we do something even great, and we're asking for 3 more years in order to pay it off. So yeah, you heard it, 3 more years. It's a great thing. It was the continued growth of Bryant that led to the following 3 projects that are going to be placed on the ballot before the voters in August. So now I'm going to get a little bit more into details, and I hope I'm not boring you guys too much. And if I say anything and you have a question, just seriously raise your hand and we'll stop and answer it, because it's going to be quite a bit of information. So how does a vote for the August 9th bond issue benefit you? First of all, you see the fire improvement. Have you guys seen the main fire station? That's amazing. Okay, that's great, isn't it? It's amazing. Have you guys been to the one by City Hall? It is a mobile home that is falling apart. And it's the original fire station that they're in, so it needs a ton of repairs. There's also Station 3 that is in the same, and in fact, it's now a safety concern for the men in it, as well as for the, well, wow. I'm good with that. I think we're good at saying it's better for everybody. Whatever. Leave it off. That's fine with me. So now it's a safety concern for the equipment. We're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and of course the men, which are way more important than the equipment. So this bond is going to be $5 million that is going to go towards constructing those 2 new fire stations. What else will it do? What will a vote for the August 9th bond issue? How is it going to benefit you? Well, when I asked the Parks Department, I'm like, just make this very simple for me since my brain is already full. Can you just tell me what it's going to do? And what the Parks Director, Chris Street, said is, number 1, we're going to get to finish what we started with Bishop, and 2, we get to lay the foundation for the future of the Parks Department. So, I think we all remember when Bishop Park was promised, there was all these great shade structures and all those kind of things, and, money wasn't there, when it came time, so that didn't all get completed. This money will allow partners to complete that, so they're going to add their own shade structures. They're also going to expand Bishop Park a little bit, add some, here you go, it's exciting, additional entrances, which is what everybody is wanting. So we're going to have, I think, 2 more entrances into the area and also fix the flooding, which I know is not very exciting or sexy to talk about. But whenever you are paying around $100,000 a year for baseball dirt, which I don't understand, I'm not your baseball mom, I don't get it, but it's very expensive dirt because it washes away. We got to do something better here. It's just not cost effective for you guys to be paying for that. So we're going to do some improvements that will help you guys as well. So that'll be a cost-cutting measure. They're also going to revitalize Mills Park. That is actually going to become a destination park, and it will also be fully equipped for adaptive play. So this is going to be a park that's unlike any other park in the state. That's the goal. We have some great community support that's already coming in line behind that. In fact, if any of you guys are going to community night at the Arkansas Prowlers game on Friday night, there'll be some exciting news there too about this. And adding a new park north of the interstate. So we all know that we've got some soccer fields over there. We're going to improve on that, add 4 new fields so we can host some tournaments. But they're also partnering with the Boys and Girls Club to build a facility on that side of town that will be used by them and by the city. You know, as far as big picture, I know we're talking something to do along the lines of amphitheater, outdoor space, and you know, I don't want to get into the details because I don't want to say anything wrong, but I do want to say that it's definitely worth finding out a little bit more through your parks department on that. And lastly, because this is honestly kind of a twofold thing, how is this going to benefit me? A vote for the August 9th bond issue is going to pay for the construction of Bryant Parkway. Last night, another vote that happened before the Bryant City Council was that they renamed, I know you guys have seen the signs, you have Ethel Lake, you have Raymar, all of that now is going to be Bryant Parkway. And as you can see from this map, we're looking at, now we have a second south route to the city. And there's a lot of reasons. We've already talked a lot about, and I'm going to walk through what I'm doing this. We've already talked a lot about, you know, we're going to have to kind of share these rules for how many couple per table we have up here. So we've already talked about the public safety concerns that come with only having rules photos or not yourself. Well, you guys know that big picture plans believe that Hill Farm Elementary is going to have a middle school campus on it. So we're adding even more students at the end of that. We're going to have a campus that has almost 2,000 or a little over 2,000 students. So again, public safety concerns, traffic concerns. I don't really want to hit all of those again with you, but I do want to talk to y'all a little bit about something that we kind of pick and choose what crowds, but I know that I'm in a room full of professional women who run businesses or, you know, have and I need to talk to you about, you know, economic development, because that is the second half of the economic. We love our parks, right? And we love our fire, and we love our police, and we know as a growing city, all of those departments are going to be growing as well. And this bond is going to pay for some really great improvements that are going to happen right now. But what are we doing long term? How are we going to consider, how are we still growing that tax base that we're going to need, that sales tax base? And of course, economic development is that piece of that. And that is really where this road, whenever you get outside of public safety and the traffic congestion and the benefits of that, this is going to be a huge, huge opportunity for Bryant. How many of y'all know that Raymar Road will be getting on and off ramps? Okay, so that, now the whole room knows. Those are coming by the end of 2017 is the projection. So now all of that commercial property that has been sitting right on the outskirts of Bryant, undeveloped, full of trees, and all of that is just going to open up. And it's going to be an opportunity for, you know, hopefully some big box chains to come in there. There's really not any limit on what can be done with that. And it's all going to be beneficial to Bryant. So this is a really great this is really great news as far as economic development. How many of you guys have been out to Saline County Regional Airport? Okay, all that, there's about 700 acres that are out there. That is all land that would be perfect for, I don't know, the right industry. If you had an aeronautics industry that wanted to come in, companies such as FedEx that use, air travel, all of that that's perfect land, and we've had people go look at it. But what do you think a large company is looking for whenever they're looking to relocate? Doesn't have access to the interstate. It doesn't. This road is going to take care of that. So not only are you now, you have a second way to reach South Bryant versus coming up and down Reynolds Road, which by the way is now going to relieve that traffic around our retail center. And so now, maybe we can turn left out of there. A little safer than we do now. But it makes you want to, that affects your whole shopping experience. So it's a benefit for those destination shops. And as you kind of, this, of course, is full of a lot more information than probably any of you guys need. But this is a great picture for you guys to have in your head whenever you're kind of answering these questions. This is why Reynolds Road is as congested as it is. And we need to be able to show, and this is the other thing I want to show about this one. It shows the proposed south route in comparison to Reynolds Road, so you can see, what a difference that it's going to make. And I know I can't give you guys a lot of information, but it's a great time to live in Bryant. It's a really great time, whether you live here, whether your business is located here, whether you just come to Bryant to play. Right now is a great time to be here. And, I come today with kind of an ask for all of you. If you do live here, find out more about this and tell your neighbors and inform them and get the information out to them that they're going to need in order to have an informed vote, which will, I think, be for all of these projects. If you work here, take some literature. We'll have some coming out soon. Set it out. Answer your employees' questions, direct them to us. We'll be glad to answer any kind of questions. And if you just come over here and you just like to play in Bryant, that's fine. I know you know somebody that lives here. Really, I just need you guys talking about it. I need you as excited about it as we are, and I need you talking about it. And if that means that you need more information from me to feel confident about that, absolutely reach back out. Mayor Dash is here as well. And she can answer the really technical questions. But, this is a very exciting opportunity for Bryant and for the people that live here. And I hope that you guys, I didn't bore you too much, but all I've got. Does anybody have any questions?
So we talked about roads and parks, but what about the schools and the village? Are we going to try again and educate the public on why we do that?
Well, that, I'm sure, is coming. Can you feel that at all?
I can.
Okay.
The school has been working on their facilities plan, and there's been some public meetings about that. The school board leads that effort. That's separate from the city. Some people don't realize that. They are very supportive towards us and our endeavors this year, and hopefully next year we'll have an opportunity to be supportive of them in expanding the facilities that are desperately needed for our students. Anyway, we'll have those 8 votes next time.
Any other questions? None? So all you guys are ready to go out and tell everybody there's going to be 4 items on a ballot on August the 9th that they need to vote for. The first one will be the bond refinance, which is just stating yes, we're voting that you can do this. It's a very crucial vote. If that is not a yes and approved, then none of the others matter. So that has to be a yes. The other 3 projects you will see will be similar to the breakdown that we discussed. You'll have park improvements, you'll have fire improvements, and you'll have street improvements that you'll vote on.
Why would they not have, why would people not vote for, other than not being educated?
That's really it.
So how are you going to educate the public other than word of mouth?
We actually have, the Keep Bryant Business Campaign has a marketing firm that they've hired. We've got websites, we go live with the mayor. She's got It's a little different than the last bond campaign, which is kind of, we broke into silos trying to get everything through. This is one marketing campaign, and we're saying, you know what, the best thing that can happen for Bryant is for all of these things to happen. And so you will see fire talking about streets, and streets talking about fire, and parks talking about everything you can at that directory, you know.
Okay, if we vote yes on the first option, will our taxes go up or they will remain exactly the same? That's what I thought.
Is there any negative effects?
There's not anything other than the additional 3 years that, you know, we were talking about. If you're comparing this to the original 2006 vote for the tax, it's just a 3 years difference.
And if it's a city that's moving, growing, whatever, there's always going to be debt. You have to have it.
There is, and I kind of want to make a comparison because I'm a visual person. How many of you guys been to Oklahoma City? How many of you guys travel there, like, I'm going to probably cut actually out here, like 20 years ago, Oklahoma City. Okay, do you see the difference?
No.
This is very similar to what they've done. I mean, this is basically, they have the same opportunity for them. How many times are they on their third?
I think they're on their fifth.
They're fifth. Okay, they're fifth kind of refinance. And it's the same tax. They're growing so fast, just like we are, and they're able to pay that off, and they're able to rebond it. And they have added so much to quality of life alone. I mean, I remember at AT&T we had to go to Oklahoma City for conferences and stuff, and we're like, oh God, it's like, and that was 20 years ago. It's like, man, it's like the rural off the West City. Nobody wanted to go. And now it's a place where you're like, oh, cool.
Confirm or deny, FedEx came to the Saline Airport and literally said no because of the roads. FedEx came and was looking at our land at Saline County Airport, and they said no specifically because no roads.
There was no road. There was no access to it. So when we open up access for any type of industry or economic development, it's going to start opening up jobs that are locally here and improve our tax base support as well. No, FedEx is located just towards Little Rock in the Mapleville area.
And not everyone knows, because some of them at the airport, you know, you usually have a reason to be out there. But that lane on the airport, you know, it's beneficial because it already not only has air, but it also has a rail to it as well. So now you're looking at a property that is ADC, we're a certified site with them, we're on the top of the radar, that now has air, rail, and interstate access. So you really can't get, you know, other than if we have four. I don't think we can do much better.
I have a question. How many of you are City of Bryant residents? Raise your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's very indicative of just about every group that's in the city of Bryant during the daytime. So it's very important that those of you that aren't, that help reach those, you know, to be committed to the August 9th date, and even though you can't go cast a vote, to be engaged, to make sure that your 2 votes get to the polls that day. And that's how we passed this 10 years ago when we passed the tax for Bishop Park. That's exactly what we did, is we asked people that cared about Bryant, that couldn't actually vote in the election, to make sure and be engaged on election day and find 2 people that they knew that they could get to the polls that were residents of Bryant. So I want to encourage all of you in that, and to ensure that we are successful this summer. It is very important that we're successful in this campaign so that we can be successful in future campaigns such as for our schools.
Is there a Facebook campaign we can like and share?
You will not be able to get on Facebook and not see this in a day or 2. This is Operation Wallpaper's coming. I mean, this is a strong campaign that's coming out with all the information.
You guys are totally the first group that I told them I was really sweating last night.
We voted on this. They voted on this less than 12 hours ago.
So you'll see a lot of marketing. But the most important thing that I've managed, and this is just from, you know, working for the city, and of course, I don't know if you work for a city, I think you can avoid social media to a certain extent. Just to get upset reading it. It's just misinformation. If you have a question, or if you have somebody that has a question, direct them to the mayor's office. You can direct them if they're at parks, they can go and talk to the parks director. Jeremiah Olin is a great reference, it's just for a community leader. But find someone who knows the information that they're seeking and get them to talk to them, because that is always what we're overcoming, is, you know, just misinformation and misunderstanding. So.
Now, the most part, I know that I'm part of the adaptive committee, and is that going to be where we are going to have funds to help make it more suitable for people with disabilities.
Anything else you want to add, ma'am?
Anybody want to be involved in a really fun campaign with something?
We're taking on.